Welcome to another training tape put on by the Iowa High School Athletics Association. My name is Monte Tilgner, and this training tape will focus on personal fouls. Let's go ahead and get started. We got a punt play here. Anytime we have a free or scrimmage kick or a chain of possession, fumble or interception, something like that, we definitely have to be on a higher alert for illegal blindside blocks. This is when these fouls most commonly occur. So we're going to see an illegal blindside block here that does not get called. And again, when we're talking about these punt plays, we need to know where our officials are all looking so we get proper coverage. And our umpire has the second wave of guys. So our umpire is going to be responsible for these players. He has pivoted. He's looking, but we're going to see this is the person's going to foul, and you can see where our other officials should be looking as well. Okay, so again, with our new mechanic, back judge, you should never be outside the hash mark until that play is over. So when he makes this catch right here, back judge, you should be at about the 48, but just right on the hash. And then you're going to have this look right here is the look you're going to have to see if he catches that or muffs that ball. Okay, so better position. And now you just officiate this play. Let's go back and look at this potential block right here. So this is after the catch has been made. Sorry, too far. After the catch has been made, so we should, our back judge should be transitioning to blocks, and he would be the one looking at this block, probably this official as well looking at this block. And we need to see that this guy slips, because if we get to it late, we're going to think there's a block in the back, and there was not. All right, so as we continue to officiate this play, there is a blindside block alert is this player who's running hard back towards his end line. Let's go back and take a look at this block. So we've got potential for a blindside block here, and that would be one that we missed. Possible open hands, but I don't think so. And remember, in order for it not to be a foul, we need an open hand push, not just the hands are in front. You can't have the hands there and then crunch him with your shoulder pads. That would still be a blindside block. So the umpire should be looking at this block, and hopefully we get that blindside block. He misses this one, and then we've got big blindside block alert right here. Again, brick in his hand, don't leave him. We do get this one, okay? But let's watch our umpire and how he throws the flag. Okay, we don't want to throw the flag like we're mad, okay? So he does watch this. He's looking in the right spot for this one. That's good. He does get that one. Okay, but just throw the flag to that area. And then he does continue to officiate. That's good. Okay, so then, talking about where we're going to enforce that from, it's obviously during the run by the team of possession, behind the basic spot. We had a touchdown. So our flag and the location of that flag is important. And again, since it's going to be a spot foul, where does it occur? That is position 4. So we're going to go from the 40-yard line, position 4, back 10 yards. We're going to have the ball at the 50. Since we had a free kick or scrimmage kick play, we're going to be in the snap. We also would be at the snap, because we had a touchdown at the end of the play. Okay, look at this next one. Initial keys. We got the double-double, balance formation. Double-double means 2 receivers on this side, 2 receivers on that side. And so we know that we have a double-double, that our back judge is going to be on the line judge's side, wide guy. Line judge has the inside guy. And the head line judge needs to know that the back judge is on that side, because that tells him, hey, I got both these guys I have to watch. Okay, so as we watch this play here, anytime someone comes to the inside, you got to be thinking bad things, okay? So blindside block is the number one thing that you could have, that you usually will have. They could have a block in the back, possibly. They could go low, but usually it's just a blindside block. So right now, this ball gets handed off, and right now the back judge, who was over here, should now be transitioning, and when he transitions, he should see this guy coming, and that's an easy call for the back judge. That's an easy call by our headline judge, and the only one that gets it is the referee. So why is the referee looking there? Well, remember, the referee is looking front side, and that's exactly where the referee should be looking. So really, I'm glad that we had one flag, but we really should have 3 flags. And 3 flags on this doesn't mean that anyone did anything wrong, okay? We have 3 flags because we had 3 officials who were looking exactly where they should be. It just happened to be that they're all looking at the same place, because what else are they going to be looking at? All right, back judge, there is no one else to be looking at. You're looking, front side, and you're going to see that block. Referee, same thing. There's no one else. Line judge or headline judge, there's nobody else. So we should have 3 blocks on that play. And then talking penalty enforcement, we're going to, the block occurred at the 37, end of the run, 39. So we're going to be going from the spot of the foul. And that's exactly why we need to get this. We got an injured player here. And if we have no flags and we have a guy down and that coach sees that, that's when they get sent into the state. That's what we're trying to avoid. So, all right, next play here. Let's see. Oh, okay, I remember this one. All right, so we've got a running play. Let's just run it through. And you see, whoa, definitely got a flag there, right? Okay, so we definitely have a late hit out of bounds, personal foul. But let's go back now and let's see one that we missed. And this would be an easy one to miss. But this is why we need to, be in the right position and have everyone looking where they should be. Okay, so let's go back and look at the blindside block by the receiver. And we would actually have 2 dead ball fouls on this. I really shouldn't say they cancel. Dead ball fouls are always going to be in the order of occurrence, but they're going to offset each other. Okay, so we're not going to actually have to mark anything off. So line judge is too close to this play. If you're 5 or 10 yards back behind it, you can have a better view. Let's go back and take a look now. All right, so we'll go in slow motion. So remember that we talk about guys with the brick in their hand. Look right here. This, anytime we've got a player who's running towards his own end zone, blocking, that's a brick in the hand. That's a red alert. So, boom, that is a foul right there, blindside block, 100%. Okay, we got a dead ball. We got a dead ball foul there. He's out of bounds, and then boom, there's our second one. Okay, so see what I have else for notes here. Oh yeah, so the player who received the blindside block from the receiver is the one who's hurt and the quarterback's hurt. And again, we can't prevent these fouls, but we can make sure we get them penalized. That's our job. Our job is to make sure that we penalize safety fouls. And we need to be mechanically in the right spot and make sure that we're seeing the correct action. Okay, again, this is an illegal block below the waist because he rises, slightly retreats, and then blocks low. And remember, the only way this could be legal, he is on the line of scrimmage. He does block another lineman who's on the line of scrimmage. He has to do it in his initial charge, and this is not his initial charge. So let's talk about who should see this. We've got a tight end over here. So we've got 2x1. So tight end. So we know our back judge is going to be looking here. And so our back judge is going to have the outside guy. Let's run this play through. Okay. So let's go back now. Take a look. Remember we talked about not officiating air. So we know that our back judge is over here. We know our headline judge is over here. So as a line judge, we know we have this receiver. Okay. And there's space here. Since we have all this space between them, they cannot foul each other. Okay, since they can't foul or be fouled, since they're free of foul, then you can peek at your tackle, and you can get that block right there. All right, you still have space, so that's a block that could be seen by our line judge. Remember, mechanically, what are you looking at? Your first read as a referee is your opposite tackle. This referee he's definitely too tight. Okay, remember, we want to be outside, just outside the tight end. So our sorry, I don't want that arrow there, but our referee should be wider, probably out in this range. Okay, and that's going to put him in better position to see this as well, looking through. Okay, referee, there's nothing else for you to see there. So we got another player who it looks like cut immediately. The guard here goes right away. That's initial charge. Other guard, initial charge. That's a good block as well. But did we get that personal foul? And if we did, again, that's going to be enforced from the previous spot because it was behind the line of scrimmage. Okay, so just put this one in here. I mean, we're talking about personal fouls, but I don't know what we're doing mechanically here. This is not a mechanic of Iowa, NFHS, anybody. The line judge is running downfield before this ball ever gets snapped. So just, we got to talk about that, make sure we're not doing stuff like that. But then what we end up with is this is what our new mechanic's going to help us out so much. That's our back judge, and you can see he's darn near on the sideline. And where you should be now with the new mechanic is we had two return men, so you should be splitting them initially. And now when this guy catches it here, you should be over in this area, but about 7 yards back. But the angle you're going to be seeing is going to be looking in here. Okay, so mechanically we'll get a lot better spot this year. But then we got an official who comes out on the field. Again, stay off the field. And anytime we have a player who reverses his field, high potential for blindside blocks. This guy, any of them could be looking for a blindside block when he cuts back. And it happens to be this guy. So let's take a look. You can see he's lining them up. I mean, you just got to see that coming. And our line of scrimmage official here is, I mean, you do have progress. So, who's going to get this has got to be our umpire. Maybe our backfield wing. Okay, so we have one who misses. Okay, there's 23. Look, he misses the block. But now watch this one. This is one of the guys I pointed out originally. And that's a big time blindside block. Probably with targeting. He launches. Definitely is high. That player's defenseless. And that's one I talked to Jared about. That's one that would be one that we would eject. Okay? So we need to get those players with the brick in their hand, swimming upstream, going the wrong way, whatever you want to say. But we can't prevent them, but we need to get them penalized. We did not have a flag down. I guarantee you that one got sent into the state. So, again, why this would be a targeting foul. We have blindside block with targeting. Watch him launch. I mean, crouch, launches up, hits him high. Player is he's just annihilated. Big guy on a small guy, which doesn't matter if it's a legal block, but that's not a legal block. We've got to get those. All right, next one. To see targeting against a receiver, we need to see the approach of the defender. Don't get stuck watching the catch. You're gonna see peripherally if he catches or not. So look in front of that receiver for whoever might, be coming at him at a different angle. Because the guy behind, nobody behind him can target him. You got to be going an opposite direction. So let's just watch this full speed. Okay. And this is 100% a foul. Defenseless player meets all the criteria this year, especially with the expanded criteria of, not wrapping up, forcible contact. Okay, that is a foul. We got a call coming in from our back judge, and then we have coaches who are going nuts over here. But I guarantee you, if that same thing happened and his team was on offense, he's going to want that flag. So it's a correct call, and it should be. Now that one, targeting wise, a little more borderline. I would say, he does. It's not quite the launch of the other one. Remember, to target, we need to have a couple people with eyes on it who agree that it's targeting, and we do not have to eject for targeting. So if you have doubt of eject or not, targeting, yes, but we don't have to throw them out. We get our player who stands up here, and take a look at our player. He's like, as soon as he sees the flag, he's like, no, I got him in the shoulder, Well, actually, it wouldn't matter this year, right? With that personal foul rule for not a wrap-up tackle, that would be a flag no matter what. Okay, initial keys. Again, we got a double-double, so our back judge is going to have the outside guys. We do have a tight end here. We have a guy who comes in motion as well. Again, guy coming in the inside. Our back judge should be on this. Line of scrimmage official. Remember, you were on that tight end initially. And that's a good seal block. And your referee is now going to be on that block. So your referee's on that block, and you saw it was good to begin with. If you see this guy coming to the inside, both you and the back judge should be on this. That 100% easy call. So let's go back and see if the referee could get it. And again, we need to transition from one. Once we clear one block, we go to another one. Okay. And our referee initially is going to be on that block right there. Okay, now that block's over, so he can transition. Probably not going to get to it soon enough, and that's fine. But that would be where he'd be transitioning to. Okay, so let's talk about again penalty enforcement. We got a running play. Boom, our foul right there is at the 22-yard line at position 3. Our run ends up outside position 1, so we're going to enforce that from the spot of the foul. It is not behind the line of scrimmage, so it's going to be enforced. It's actually right at the line of scrimmage, but if it was behind, it would be enforced from the previous spot. In this case, it's right at, or maybe a yard in advance, so we're going to enforce it from the spot of the foul. If it would be behind, let's talk about that. If it would be behind, we're snapping from position 5. So if this block occurred behind the line of scrimmage, let's say, then, since it's behind the line of scrimmage by Team A, and the run ended up beyond, we're going to enforce it from the previous spot. If that was the case, we would go from the 22-yard line back to the 12, snap at position 5. Since this is at the line of scrimmage or beyond, we're going to enforce it from position 3. And we're going to have a running clock for the next play because we ended up with the run that ended in bounds. All right, next play here. Okay, this will be an interesting one for forward backward. We got guys who might be going downfield with passes. This might be one where our referee might have to help out. Remember, when in doubt, it's forward. So if you have doubt on that one, make it forward. Referee does a nice job, watches the bill of his hat. He stays with our quarterback. Make sure he's clear. Okay. And again, when this is one where we've got a defender who goes low on a lead blocker. And remember, if we have a foul by the defense, oh, my bad, this is the offense. Wait a minute. No. So whoa, what happened there? Sorry. Let me pause that. God darn it. Pause that. I forgot this is very, very end of the play. So we've got a defender here who goes low on an offensive player, taking out the lead blocker. So this is a foul. This is a foul by the defense. Remember, every single foul by the defense, 100% of the time, is enforced from the basic spot. This is a running play. Our basic spot's going to be the end of the run. Therefore, we would end up going half the distance to the goal. And as long as this play ended up in bounds, we would have a running clock on the snap. I'm sorry, on the ready for play. Okay, on this play, this just talks about our mechanics as well for our new free kick. So we're going to have our umpire is going to diagonal in, our back judge is going to diagonal in, and back judge, you know, you have goal line responsibilities. So again, on this play, keep an eye on this player, cutting across, blindside block, and we get our flag, which this would be our umpire who might be in more in here. Retreating him a little bit, so probably about here when he sees that. Okay, so fouls by team R beyond the basic spot. The end of the run's a basic spot, so we're going to force that from the end of the run. So again, let's take a look. Our foul is there at the 38-yard line, 39-yard line. Our end of the run is the 37-yard line. So end of the run's a basic spot. The foul was in advance of that. So we're going to force it from the basic spot. And we're going to go 10 yards back from the 37 to the 27. We have a scrimmage kick or legal kick play. So we're going to be on the snap for our next one. And we're going to be snapping from position 5. This is a good one to talk about. He moves his flag. Maybe he's not sure where the end of the run was, but if you know that your foul was in advance of the end of the run, you don't have to move your flag. Always good to know if you have to or not. All right, next one here. Oh yeah, that's a problem. Okay, so again, everyone's going to know if he catches it or not. All right, so see, this guy can't target because they're going the same direction. This is the guy that can target. This guy could foul for DPI, but he's too close. He's too far away, so he's not going to foul. Okay, that is a foul for targeting. Let's go back and see if he launches or not. Like I said, if you're unsure, you just have a foul for unnecessary roughness, or you could call targeting. But that is 100% a flag. And we're going 15 yards is flagged by both of our officials, which is great. Okay, so let's take a look at this one here. Maybe this is our first play. No. Okay. Back judge should 100% be looking here. The line judge should also as well. The runner cannot foul or be fouled. Don't officiate error, officiate threats, as we've been talking about over and over. No reason for our back judge. You're going to see he's running toward the sideline. We don't ever want you to be outside the hash until the play's over anyway. So just settle in and be able to see this action. Okay, easy call for a blindside block. Go slow motion here. That would not be a targeting foul. This guy doesn't launch by any means. You can see our back judge, no reason. Just be sitting right in here, looking at that action, not moving, not running the sideline. I mean, if you're running the sideline that far, that fast, get rid of that now. And let's say right here, this guy cuts back. He might end up cutting back and be right in your lap. So just stay in the middle of the field more. Don't get outside the hash. And definitely should be on that one. Blindside block by linebackers on receivers running a shallow crossing route. Who's going to see them if they're in front of the umpire? I know you're looking at center guard. Blindside block is one where you can kind of get away if you see the end of it and you see the result of it that you know was a blindside block, because we don't have a guy that goes head over heels if he blocks what, who is blocking him. So this is one I think the referee could have got, or I'm sorry, the umpire could have got. And let's take a look at who else could see it. Again, formation-wise, we got a tight end here. We got another receiver out there. So we got a double-double. So our back judge is going to be on this guy. Our line judge is going to be on this guy. So as they run their routes here, our line judge, this is one where talk with your crew about switching. So if our back judge is here and our line judge is here, but this outside guy immediately goes to the inside, you could switch. However, back judge, remember, if you see a guy going to the inside, don't switch off him right away. Make sure he's clear of a foul. So our back judge could pick that up as well. But we need somebody to have their eyes on that. The problem with our back judge seeing this is the ball's in the air, so our back judge probably has noticed that already. That quarterback's making that pass, and our back judge is now going to be focusing in on this action. So our backside short wing could see it, and our umpire could see it. But this would be a great get and one that we need to get. This is why we need to talk about these mechanically, so we get that foul, because that's a big-time one where a player could easily be hurt, and we need to make sure we get a flag on the ground. All right, right now, this is a red flag. If you see a guy going across the field like this, do not take your eyes off this player. This is a free kick. So right now, we could easily have 3 sets of eyes on that. We don't need anyone looking at any of these guys here. There's air. They can't foul or be fouled. This is the only guy that really could cause any kind of problem, and he does. That's a blindside block. Occurs at the 37-yard line. It was probably during our return. Our return ends up getting out to the 32. So that block is during the return in advance of the end of the run. We would have a flag down. We wouldn't have to move our flag. We would enforce it from the end of the run. Legal kick play. So we're going to be in the snap, and we're going to go from the 32, 15 yards back to the 17, position 1, and on the snap. Next play. Again, anytime you have a change of direction on the field like this, be on high alert for blindside blocks. However, this one is legal. He chips across the front of him and does not forcibly contact him. And said, I love the fact the H is looking back there as he has no receiver threats to be watching. So let's continue. Again, reversing the field. Okay, so if it had been a foul, where would it be enforced from? Well, behind the line of scrimmage by the offense. If it would have been a foul, it'd be a previous spot enforcement instead of a 17-yard foul. So let's go back now and take a look at this guy and how he just kind of chips him. Okay, so right now, this is our potential, all right? And our H should be looking at it, referee probably looking at it, and he just kind of chips in front of him. Takes him out of the play, which is all he needs to do, but doesn't do it with the foul. So good job by that player. That is our last play. So good, a lot of good plays there to look at for personal fouls. Just remember, never leave somebody who you see with a brick in his hand. Try to widen your vision. Mechanically talk about things as a crew so you're not looking at the same place if there's other people who are threats. Okay, so that'll be our last of the preseason training tapes. You should have 5 training tapes out there for the preseason to keep you busy until you get going. We'll turn out one every week. Again, officials, please send in plays that you find that are challenging for you and your crew. And hopefully coaches will as well. Keep in the book. Have good pre-games. And if you thought the video was good, give it a thumbs up. And let's get off to a great start this season. Talk to you again next week.